Welcome back to What's Up with Ward, the podcast. My name is Wardy Ward, and I'm going to be your tour guide on this important episode of What's Up with Ward, the podcast. As we always say, everybody has a story to tell. We just want to know what's yours. Well, today's guest certainly fits this criteria. She's going to tell us her story of how she came to America and making a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Amina to the lab. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing delicious. Thank you for asking. So, when I always start, I like to ask our guests to tell us in your own words who you are, who the person we're going to hear from today. Just a little snippet of who Amina is.
Amina is a migrant. I migrated from Somalia at the age of 16. We migrated from Kenya. I came to the state like 23 years ago. And I'm also a mom of 5 kids. I'm a social worker. Yes, I have a lot of different titles.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're glad you're here. We have so much stuff to talk about with you. I like to kind of work from childhood up to where we are now, just to give I guess, a full picture of it. You've given us enough to get started. So, where are you currently living at now in the United States?
We lived in Ohio. We've been living in Ohio for the past 23 years. We live in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, for 23 years. So, and you said, where were you born at again?
I was born in Somalia, and then I left Somalia with my family when I was like 5 years old. We flew to Kenya due to civil war, and we stayed in Kenya until I was 16, and then migrated to US after that.
Okay. So do you remember all that? So you've probably been here since you're about 17 then, right? 17, 18, 16?
Right, yeah.
Okay. So do you kind of miss it over there in Somalia and Kenya?
I don't recall that much because I was like literally 5 when I left Somalia, but I do miss Kenya because I remember my friends and all that. I still can keep contact with some of them, and I do still have families in Kenya. But my memory is pretty much in Kenya. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice. So did you grow up in a two-parent household?
Yes, I did. We like when we came to the United States, my dad wasn't actually with us, the sponsor, because my aunt is the one who sponsored us to come to US. But I always grew up with my mom and dad, but he did pass away before, like 1 year after we came back. We came to US, so eventually wasn't able to come to US with us.
Okay, so his plan was to come though.
Right, yeah, he was literally supposed to come back like within a year, but it never happened. I guess it wasn't meant to be. Yeah.
How old were you when your dad passed?
When he passed, I was 17.
So just had, okay.
Yeah.
What were your parents' educational background? How far did they get in school?
My dad, because he was born in Kenya, and he was Somali Kenya, but he did get his bachelor's in Kenya. But my mom, she never had that chance to go to school, so she just went some high school in Somalia due to obviously they had like gender roles and all that, so the girls were like always staying home and they never had a chance to go to school compared to boys. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep. That's what it was. Yep.
Is it still like that over there?
I think right now it changed after all these years. I feel like it changed and there's difference because everyone is like advocating for girls. But back then, at her generation, she's like she talks to us how important school is and education. Yeah, so they never prioritize girls. Like Wow. The main goal was, if you have the boys will go to school, but the girls stay home and cook and do the household stuff,
Well, was that because the men were expected to be the provider? Is that why they kind of
Yeah, exactly. Yep, that they had that gender role stereotype. Yep, that was back then. That's how it was. Yep.
So how did dating go then? Over there? I'm just curious
how that worked. So in a weird fact, they had like she always talks to us like there was no dating because they also have Somalia, the religion is like they are very conservative Muslims. If somebody you want to date girl, like you have to really be married to date, so there's no dating. So it's like
What? So you
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
I meet you and we get married.
Uh-huh,
That's
uh-huh.
what that thing.
That's how it was. Like pretty much it was like arranged marriage, but how she met my dad was like they fell in love and they just eloped and then that's how they get married.
Man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
is the divorce rate high over there
Uh,
with this?
Not really. In a weird way, no, it's opposite actually. It is not high.
Mhm.
Like right now, obviously the Somalis in America, they're more like Americanized, and there's always like literally you see people getting married in 1 month and then they divorced in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's
So you,
different. It's
yeah.
different culture and different rules. But no, in Somalia it was different. Like yeah, I guess because they had that traditional like you have to stay with your husband. And yeah, take care of your family. That's how it was. Yep.
How do you feel about that? What are your thoughts on the way they
I
treated the
think
women?
it was old school. Yeah, I kind of respect it. It's my culture back then,
Mhm.
but I think it's different. Like if you love someone, you should be with that person. Like it's kind
Right.
of like old school path. That's what I think.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like it was a lot of respect there as well.
Right. Yeah. 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 It was.
Okay, yeah. So as long as everybody was okay with it, I guess I can see how that worked. Like you said, I'm Americanized. We kind of look at it a little different. Women are
Yeah,
just here
like
to fight for
yeah,
rights
you will
all the
kind of say
time.
like, oh, that was weird the way you guys were doing things back then. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's it. So you mentioned that your faith is that of Muslim.
Muslim, yes, yep. I'm a Muslim.
Yeah.
I'm okay, yep, yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about the Muslim faith? I know very little. I just want to know.
Okay,
Just
so basically, and I'm not actually Muslim. Like I'm not religious. Like I do go to mosque and all that, but
Mhm.
we pray like 5 times a day. You're supposed to be like
Okay.
giving charity to poor. Like basically, like they're more conservative. Like you cannot just have boyfriend and girlfriend. You're supposed to be like if you guys are thinking like of dating, there's no like sex out of marriage stuff like that. No
Yeah.
alcohol and like we also observe the month of Ramadan is coming in 2 weeks. I think should be like the end of no 22nd of March this year. But the
Uh-huh.
Ramadan is basically like fasting, and you're fasting. That's very holy month of Islamic calendar. Like you literally are praying, asking for forgiveness, helping the poor, and all that. And you're fasting from morning to until evening, like late evening around 7 p.m.
Wow, that's a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
that. So,
Yep,
so you
yep.
said so there's no overweight Muslims, I take it, if you guys fast all month.
Yes, yes, yep. The whole month is like pretty much holy month of Ramadan. Then they also like that. There's a lot of like you give food to poor, like more of like it's connecting with your religion and just be having
Okay.
that connections like because it comes once a year every year.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I was saying that there's no fat Muslims, I guess, since you guys fast. Nobody's overweight because you're
Oh my
fasting
gosh.
all
Oh,
the time.
I am. No, no, no. I didn't hear that. No, there's a lot of them. I'm one of them.
Oh, okay. I was
No,
like, wow,
no,
that's cool. If
no.
I
You
fast,
because
boy,
you
I,
still all
ooh,
night you eating, like you fasting
oh,
daytime, but all night you eating, and then around 5 a.m. that's when you stop eating. So you see,
what?
it's kind
Oh,
of
wow.
in a weird way you're gaining more because you're eating overnight.
But so wait, can you drink water or something, or this
No, no, you
nothing?
don't eat anything, not at anything at all.
Oh
No,
my,
no.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, well, well, tell me this then. I know that women cover their hair a lot of times. Muslim women cover their hair, correct? Covering head covering. Why is
Yeah.
that?
It's actually for modesty. That's like like for you for not to have like temptation and stuff like that. Like when men outside, you know how when you look like more prettier, that means like it's for modesty, like not for you to tempt guys or stuff like that. Just
With your hair?
yeah, you
Wow.
too. Like so, like you wearing like abaya, the long. It's called abaya in Arabic, but the long dress and all that. Like so, basically it's like for modesty.
I'm so confused on how do you know the guy likes you or you like him, because he's really taking a gamble with this dating method.
Well,
He's like,
it,
ooh, wow, she has some nice
is.
ankles.
It is. I guess. Yeah. The beauty is in the beauty of eye holder.
Definitely that.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the things you were describing about your religion was the five rules of Islam. Is that what you were talking about?
Yep. Is that the pillars? Yes, yep.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm not
Um,
good with the religion, I would say. I'm not, I'm really, I think one of the baddest Muslim, like I'm not supposed to be practicing more, like praying and all
uh-huh.
that. But I do it like, I would not, like, that's not an excuse to do it, but I'm like always busy and stuff. So I'm not
Mhm.
into that a lot. Yeah.
Oh, I understand. We all can do better when it comes to religion, so I'm not judging you. I'm just trying to ask questions, so don't feel bad about it. But I think one misconception about the Muslim religion is people think you guys may not believe in Jesus. Is that true or is that false?
No, they do actually believe in Jesus. Like it's
Okay.
called Nabi Isa. He is Prophet Isa. That's his name. But yeah, they do believe actually it is in the religion of even Islam. He's one of the prophets. That's what we believe. I think
Okay.
it's the difference with Islam and Christianity is, I know I'm not good, like as I say, in religion, but I know like they say, like Christians, they say he's the son of God, and we
Yeah.
say he was a prophet. That's the difference, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty much. Even I remember when in the when we used to go, like it's an Islamic school, madrasa. It's called madras. Like there's a lot of stuff that in the Bible, the same similar to Islam, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
pretty. It's just like those a little bit of stuff, like differences, but the end of the time, I mean, the day, like it's so similar. There's a lot of stuff that is
Hmm.
similar ways. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I believe you have the Quran and you guys read surahs out of there. And
Yeah.
surahs are
Yep.
kind of like, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Yeah. 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 I'm familiar with, like, I know just a little bit, not as much as you do, but I know just a little bit in there. So
right. Yeah.
uh, I also wanted to ask you before we get into the weeds of our conversation about the social work. One more question about Africa. What did you dislike about living there, if you can recall? Did you have any struggles in Africa?
Oh
Anything,
my
or was it just?
gosh, yes. It was, I would say we were like, when we were in Africa, we were so poor. So yeah,
Hmm.
just getting through food, like even having, because still we had help from my aunt who used to be in US, who, and she would send us money, but it wasn't even enough because it was still struggle, like getting food daily. Like we'll have like certain like small portions, and because we were like 8 kids in
Oh
one
wow.
household, so it was struggle.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So you had what, six brothers and sisters?
No, we were 6 sisters and two brothers.
Six sisters and two brothers.
Yeah, we were
Wow. I
eight
know the
total.
brothers
Yep.
hated that. Wow.
Yep.
Okay. So you said it was hard to get food. I thought, why was it hard to get food? Is it not a lot of jobs over there? Or this is probably back in the past, so it's probably no longer current today, right?
No,
This is.
because we were in a, basically we were in a UN camp where all the refugees were. So there's like tons of people over there, and they have like limited food. So it wasn't like a lot of resources they had over there.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
When you say a refugee camp, did you mean like an enclosement or area that was like
Yeah, like
you didn't have
literally
a lot
with
of
the
movement of
tents and
freedom?
all that. Yeah, yeah. It was like in tents, like so many tents in there. That's what I recall. But eventually, like I think when I was like 12 or 11, we moved into like a regular house where my
Okay.
aunt was helping us with the rent, and it was better, but it wasn't the best. We were still having uh lack of food and all that because she had to juggle my mom with the rent and all that. But yeah, it was better than the camp that we were in.
Okay. So over there, you just couldn't go get a job anywhere like you could do here. Jobs
No,
were
they
scarce.
don't. Oh no. They don't have jobs over there. They like they I would say most people in Kenya, like, yeah, they have like limited resources and also lack of jobs. Yeah. So it was struggle.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. So your aunt helped you to get a house over there?
Yeah, she did.
Okay. Wow. So that had to be nice. And what about transportation? What do you guys do for transportation over there if you had to live in the
Transportation, they
farm?
had a lot of I remember buses. We used to go through buses, yeah. So they had a buses over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So nobody really owns a car?
Oh no, there's only rich people who owns their cars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So to get over to America, what was that process like? Because you said you were living like kind of hand to mouth for a long time,
Yeah,
and now you
so
came
the
over here.
process
Wow.
Right, yeah. So the process is like my aunt sponsored us. So when she sponsored us, we came like when somebody sponsored you, like you have to wait. I think it was like a couple of months it takes, but around 6 months. But it takes a while for you to wait for that process for the American embassy to accept you
Hmm.
for the sponsor and all that. And then after that, you have to go through interview, and it's a long process. At least it takes like I think up to a year. And then after that's when they when you're ready to come. Yeah, yeah.
What's the interview process? What are they asking you? What do they
Like
want to know?
they ask you pretty much like they because what they want to know legit if you're a refugee or not. Like they will
Oh,
ask you like how you came to Kenya and all that. And then like why you going to US, and then you'll have to explain to them because obviously you want to have opportunity to be better, have a better life and all that. And then
yes.
after that, I think you're gonna have to go through. I remember we went through like you have to go health process, like they have to check if your health is okay and everything, all
Mhm.
entire household. And then yeah, we came to US. Yeah,
Wow. How many
it's
people
not an easy
came to you?
process for sure.
I, I see. Wow,
Yep,
that's a lot.
yep.
How many people were selected? Or when you go through the interview process, did they pick you and you said, by the way, I would like to bring my brothers and sisters as well? Or did they have to interview separately too?
No, it's just like they were interviewing all of us together, but they know like already the family, like my aunt, she sponsored all of us. So uh, except my dad who was in there, but she sponsored all of us. So yeah, all of us went through the process one by one.
Wow. So when you say sponsor, what does that mean? She just paid for you to come over or gave you a place
Okay,
to
so if
live?
somebody, for example, when somebody sponsored a refugee, like there's I think there's churches, it's like agencies through agencies. Like my aunt sponsored us to come to US, right? And then there's I
Yes.
think agency, the agency that helped her with the process through UN was I think it was Lutheran Church, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there's agency that are involved, like there's a lot of people involved bringing the refugees.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, do you like that term refugee? It sounds so less, I don't know. Doesn't seem pretty to me. Are you okay with that term, refugee?
I'm okay with it because yeah, by the end of the day, I was a refugee and I came to US as a refugee. I'm glad to be an American citizen now, but I'm fine with it. Some people might see it bad, but no,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you came to the US, where did you land? Where was your landing point?
So we landed in New York. We stayed in New York for I think like maybe
Ooh,
6 months,
New York.
and
Ooh.
yeah, and we moved after that. Yeah, we moved after because my mom didn't. It was expensive.
Oh, I can
It was
imagine.
yeah. It was too much for her. So
Mhm.
when one of my cousin lived in Ohio, so just suggested like I think Ohio might be a good option for her. And when my mom came here, then she liked it. Yeah.
Okay. What was it like living in New York for those few months? Was it like culture shock? Was it overwhelming?
You know, it was culture shock because we thought we had this conception like, oh, coming to America, there's no homeless people on the street. There's nothing like that. And it was totally
Yeah.
different. We're like, oh, I thought there's no homeless people in America. It was kind of weird, but yeah. But
Yeah.
we had that. Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So what was your living quarters like in New York? Did you guys have a 2 bedroom, a 3 bedroom, a house? What did you stay at when you moved here?
She had 3 bedrooms, so yeah, it was fine. It was fine because she didn't have kids. With all her kids were grown up. It was just her and her husband. But yeah, it was 3 bedrooms, and it was she lived in East Manhattan. So yeah, it
Ooh,
was good.
that's
Yep.
expensive.
It was expensive. But her husband had a good job, so she yeah. But
Okay.
she was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So how many people got to win that lottery when you came? How many came at that first trip with you? How many people?
So it was my eight siblings total, all of us, with my
Ooh.
mom. So we were total 9. Yeah, yeah.
That's a lot of people there on one thing. I'm glad you guys made it.
Right. We were lucky to be
Uh,
here. Yeah.
did you get your the foods that you like back home in New York as well? Same thing? Were you able to find everything you like?
Not really. No, no. It was no. It's totally different. Like we still we still cook our traditional food like Somali foods and all that, but it's
Yes.
different. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Well, after 23 years, you probably got Americanized now. You do pizza and all that other stuff now.
Yeah,
Fast food.
yeah, yep,
Hmm.
yep. We're typical American food. I think it will be even hard for me for going back to Africa right now, getting used to the food because it's totally different dynamic.
Yes,
Yep,
yes, it totally
yep,
is. I can only imagine. I can't
yeah.
wait till I go. So I'm looking forward to it. So, okay, now we lived there 6 months. We're moving to Ohio. What's it like living there? What was the adjustment there from coming to America, New York, Ohio, New York? What's that like?
So we were obviously with New York is more crowded and
Hmm.
there's a lot of
Hmm.
it's more diverse. So when we came to Ohio, it was different. Ohio, like Ohio became right now more diverse with different immigrant and different people. But
Yes.
back then, like 23 years ago, Ohio was like different. It was more of, I would say, it was more like white, and there was less immigrants, right? But so it was different. It was totally different. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine.
yeah.
And what about the first time you saw snow? What was your reaction to that?
Oh, we were happy. We couldn't wait. We were
Oh
playing
my gosh.
outside.
Uh-uh.
Yep. We were like waiting for the snow every day. Oh my, it was something else. Now I can't
Wow.
stand it. I'm like, I can't stand it.
Yeah, over it now. I
Yep.
do not like snow at all. So
Yeah,
it doesn't
nobody
snow
like,
in Africa, I take it.
yeah,
No
yeah.
snow.
Yep.
Well, it's like it's just warm all the time in Africa over there.
It's kind of like in Kenya, it's more like springtime here in America. So it's like it's more of a evergreen over there, and it's like raining all the time. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I can deal with that. I'll deal with rain over snow any day. So
yeah.
wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that information. That was a picture I just always needed painted for me. So you made that very clear to understand. So now you're in America, you're living in the great state of Ohio. What happened next? Did you go to school or did you get your degree? What happened next?
You know what? Well, my all other siblings were busy getting their degrees. I was busy having kids.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I went back to school literally after having 5 kids. So I went back to school in 2016, and
Hmm.
I went to Ohio State, and I got my bachelor in science and social work in 2020.
Okay.
But
So
yeah,
so
I
that
eventually
degree is
got it. Yep.
fresh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You got that social. So what tell me a little bit about the work you do now. Well, okay. Oh, another question. Before I talk about the job you do, while you had your kids, were you working during that time or were you a traditional stay-at-home mom?
No, I actually I wasn't. I was working. I've been working since I was like 18. So I even after I was having my kids, but I was busy literally even after like maybe a week before my pregnancy. I will still be working.
Wow.
Yeah, like I was fully pregnant, like about to have a baby, but I'm still working. But I started when I was 18. I worked at a factory. I worked at Gap clothing,
Okay.
but it
Yeah.
was the warehouse. But yeah, I worked for them for like 16 years, and
Mm.
I left them actually before I started my internship in 2018.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, yep,
So
yep.
so what made you want to get into being a social worker?
I always wanted it because when we came to US, we really did not have the resources and all that. So I just wanted
Hmm.
to give back to community and help those vulnerable, disadvantaged community that needed help.
Yeah, yeah, because there's a lot of disparities out there for
Right. Yep.
people
Yep.
who don't have the finances and so forth. What are your brothers and sisters? Are they social workers as well, or they choose their fields?
Yeah, actually my three sisters are social workers, and then they have like one of my sisters, she has her a bachelor's in sociology, and then the other one has public health masters. So yeah, all of them are in the field of just helping the community. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to talk about this. So what's a typical day like for you at work now?
Typical day will be like juggling, doing communities. Like when I say communities, like I might be in the office for like a couple of hours, like 3 hours, just doing intake with clients, uh who might need resources and stuff like that. And then after that, I might be helping other clients, visiting their houses and all that.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
Are you a certified health worker as well?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So you see a lot of different things. How do you go about assessing someone? So if you see a guy who's homeless, what are you going to do? What's the next step for you?
Okay, so I work for Access Ohio Mental Health. So what we do is if you see somebody who's homeless, first of all, you're gonna have to just ask them if they have like obviously medical insurance and all
Mhm.
that. Because
Yeah.
eventually, if you're doing with them a community or you're helping them doing intakes and all that, you have to build the insurance. So if they don't have it, you obviously gonna have to help them find insurance and all that, and then help them from
Oh,
there. Yeah.
so that's how you get reimbursed by getting the
Yeah,
insurance.
exactly, for billing.
So,
Yep. Yep.
so, so until they get, say, Medicaid or something,
Yeah,
you
Medicaid.
don't get, you
Yeah.
don't make, you get no money until they get
No,
Medicaid?
you don't get anything. No, no. Yeah. Maybe you could refer them, like try to help them, take them to shelter. But if you wanna like help the individual with the resources, yeah, they're gonna have to try and get something approved from like Medicaid or something like that.
Hmm. So what challenges do you face with this population,
I
if
would
any?
say the challenges you face sometimes, like you're not able to have all the resources. Like I would say,
Hmm.
especially the housing. Housing is like hard to find a house, stuff like that.
Yes.
Especially when they're homeless. So yeah, that's one of the challenges I think that's most challenging for them. Yeah.
Hmm. Do you find people who are maybe taking drugs or abusing drugs, substance use
Yeah,
disorder?
yeah. We do find that a lot actually, because obviously there's a reason why behind people do drugs, like they're probably depressed, or there's have to
Mhm.
be a factor that's causing all that issue, or lack of
Yes.
resources, stuff like that. So yeah, most of them, yeah, have drug issues. So we're gonna have to like refer them for psychiatric treatment and all that. Yeah.
Hmm. And I know that Medicaid is going to be making some changes soon.
Mhm.
And I know in Indiana, that's where I live at, a lot of people are going to be losing coverage, I believe. Are you guys experiencing that future situation where Medicaid is going to cut people off?
I haven't had that. No, it might be, but I haven't had about that. No.
Okay, okay, maybe it's just this situation here, because I know a lot of people, I do a lot of work in a methadone clinic, and they were saying, well, we're going to stop that or change the way we're allowing people to get on services. And I was thinking, oh man, I don't know what these people are going to do if they can't get their meds. So
Right, right. Oh, that would be something else. No, I haven't had that, but yeah, that would be a bad thing. Hopefully they won't. Yeah.
yeah. So are you trained to handle any crises that may come up in this mental health field?
Yes, yes, we do. We do have that training. And just you just have to follow the protocol and assessment for treatment. Yeah.
Okay. So once you write out the assessment and then you do what they call it, some type of plan to follow with the person,
Yeah,
is
the
that what you
ISP
do?
goal. Yes, yes. You're gonna have to have the ISP
Okay.
goal for the individual. Yeah.
Okay. Now I was in an interview, not an interview, I was in a training the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and the instructor said that some people often say, I will not work harder for my client than they are. Do you think you should work harder for your client, or they should work harder for themselves?
I think as a social worker, you should work hard for your client. Like that individual might have a mental issue and they might not be able to help themselves. So I will always believe like you're gonna have to work harder for them, and for them, always remind them to work hard for themselves as well. But yeah,
Mhm.
you're gonna have to. I feel like you're gonna have to work harder for your client.
Okay. Do your clients do they accept your help? Do they appreciate what you do for them? Or do you have
Yes,
people
they're
give you a
very
pushback?
appreciative. Yes, yes, they are. Yep. And you have that
Mhm.
connection with them too, because you get used to them after working for them. And they are very actually grateful for help. Yeah.
Mhm. Do you find yourself sometimes getting too attached, trying to do too much for your
Yes,
clients?
yes, I do. I have, especially people say, like my coworkers say, I have a lot of empathy. So yeah, yeah. You sometimes feel like like able to help them with especially housing and stuff like that. Because you put application for housing, but they're not, it takes a while for them to get it. So you feel frustrated. So yeah, you do sometimes get a little bit connected with individuals. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
I'm sure you do a lot of public speaking as well, correct?
Yes, we do. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you good with public speaking? Do
I'm
you ever
not.
get nervous?
I'm not the best person to do public speaking. No, no.
Okay. Yeah. Are you going to go back to school and get any more education, or is this it for you? You're going to work that
I
bachelor's,
was
do what you do?
actually thinking, I think, yeah, actually I want to go back and do my master's hopefully soon, maybe, but yeah, I'm thinking of doing it. Yeah.
Go get your master's?
Yes, I do want it because yeah, I just wanted to get over with it and do it. Hopefully I want to get do the ESSA program where it's like 1 year. So yeah, I want to go back and do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how old are your kids? Because that might be a challenge juggling work, kids, and more school.
So my oldest one, he's 19. Okay, I have 19, 18, and then 16, and then my daughter is 15, and then my youngest one. So I have 3 boys who are the 19, 18, 16, and then my 2 girls, one is 15, and then the other youngest one, she's 10.
10. Okay. So you're almost done. Another
Yes.
8 years. Everybody's going to be gone. Everybody still live at home now?
Yes, they do. They all live with us. Yes.
Okay, good. So I know sometimes I know people in my family would put people out at 18, 19.
Oh,
You got it going on.
no. I want my babies to grow old with me.
Oh yeah, me
Unless
too.
they have their
Yeah.
own family. Yep. I'm so
Right.
attached to
Yep.
them. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I noticed you said you had some challenges like all parents do. Can you tell me about a time when you maybe had a issue with a child, maybe with mental health issues or anything like that?
Yeah. Actually, my kids, my daughter, the 15-year-old, she does have anxiety with school and all that. It started around 2020 due to COVID. But yeah, she does have anxiety as like with school and all that. It was overwhelming for her, and she does go to psychologists for that. But the most challenging one was my oldest one, who was at first he was depressed since 2020. He was severely depressed, and he started that depression after a while when he broke up with his girlfriend, and then eventually he progressed to where he had an accident, and then due to the traumatic injury that he had, caused him to have bipolar. It was diagnosed with a couple of weeks ago. So it was challenging, and he tried to kill himself twice. So it was very challenging for him. Yeah.
I know that had to be hard on you because you work in that field. So
yes, you know what? It's the worst experience like any parent can have. So because you don't have control of anything. You don't know when he's gonna have episodes where he's gonna be like 1 minute he's fine, the next minute he's somebody else. So it was challenging for all of us, even for my kids, because sometimes you won't even sleep at night because he's like having the episodes, and you're not able to sleep because you have to be literally alert all night. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what type of advice or help did you give him being an expert in this field? How did you kind of help him?
I try to, like, right now he's feeling better with the medication and everything, but what I do is just have that connection with him and empathizing and explaining to him. Like at first he didn't know something was wrong with him. He just thought he was different and having anger and all that, but now he knows what's going on with him. So just be there for him, just supporting him and telling him you have to take your medication, because he didn't want to take his medication. He was against it. Like he thinks he's being dependent on medication. So now he has that therapy resources. I try to help him and just get the help that he needs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point you made, because I know I work with a lot of individuals who don't like taking their medicine as well.
Right.
People have told me that they don't feel like themselves, or they feel sluggish or just not as creative.
That's what he was against. Yeah, exactly. Yep. It's just like having that a routine of taking your medication daily, because if you fall down, I mean, like, if fall behind, like even one day, you might have an
Mhm.
episode anytime. So it's challenging. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you said that he had kind of got depressed a little bit when he broke up with his girlfriend. Now, did he was he dating someone from the same culture, or just since you're over here now,
No,
would it
no, it's
matter?
a typical American kid. He was dating. She was a biracial girl, but yeah, she wasn't Somali. No,
Mm.
no.
Okay, so yeah, so you guys okay? It doesn't really matter
Oh no, no.
about that.
I that's his life. That he could do himself, do whatever he wants to do, you know. It was obviously a kid who was
Yeah,
born here. He
yeah,
doesn't have my culture or anything like that. So yeah, typical American kid.
yes, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Do you work with the LGBT whatever population too as well? LGBTQ plus. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, we do. Uh-huh. We do. Yeah, we do and help them
Okay,
also with the resources or anything they need. Yeah. Yeah.
okay, yeah. I find a lot of times they they're saying that they're underserved or not treated as fair. How do you assist that population? Is it something else you can do to try to help them as well, or just the same old thing?
It's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, I understand where they're coming from because yeah, a lot of people try to they have that discrimination for them, obviously, because they feel like they're different from other individuals. But yeah, we try to just help them and connect them with resources or stuff they need. Yeah, yeah. Or
Okay,
counseling stuff like
yeah,
that. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah. So now, does that population exist in Africa as well? Those pockets over there, or that just kind of not something that's acceptable over there? I know
No,
certain countries they
actually,
okay.
no, no. It's more like I would say no. They will see that's like against their culture or religion. I would say that. So no, it doesn't. No, they feel like I think right now in Africa it changed completely changed what I had. Like there's more LGBT communities over
Okay.
there, so it changed. Yeah, but back then when we were in Africa, it was different. Like you somebody
Mm.
have to hide their gender. Like they're not gonna say out
Yeah,
loud like what they are. So it was kind of bad back then, but now I think it's different. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Um, as far as also being in the social work field, what do you wish you had known in the beginning that you now know that probably could have helped you when you first started?
I will say maybe having I don't know. It's kind of how do I word this? I would say having maybe that sometimes you might think like example I would say people who have like wealthy and stuff like that are more like
Mhm.
happier. So when
Yeah,
you yeah I would have that mindset like oh they're happy they got money and everything they're fine, but when I work with individuals like who are well off and
mhm.
you they came to share the story with you and that having that connection with you, you came to realize well then they're just same as everyone else. It's just like they just need help and stuff like that, either with the
Yeah,
medication or just having that psychiatric counseling. So yeah, you have that misconception with people. Yeah.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, yeah. Everybody, at the end of the day, we all have to live in the same world, and we all share problems, whether you have money or not. So,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, what would you tell somebody who was interested in becoming or doing your job? What would you tell them? Say, hey, I'm thinking about joining this field. What would it mean to tell them to do?
I think it's rewarding.
Or
Yeah, it
what
can be
advice would you give them?
challenging. Right. It's challenging, I would say for sure, because it's not easy job. Like you have to literally every day you're juggling with the different um, things that you're doing. But by the end of the day, you feel like rewarding by helping individuals who need help. So it's very
Mhm.
rewarding and having that empathy of helping vulnerable community is very, very good thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Now, I notice I hear just a little bit of accent. Do people ever tease you because your accent or think you're not really American or anything?
Every day. Yep. That they'll be like,
Wow.
when did you came from Africa? Did you how long you been in America? I'm like, I've been here 23 years. Come on.
Yeah,
What kind
yeah,
of American food you like? Yep, I hear it all the time. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's I get that a lot. Yep.
Okay. Now, have you had to deal with any racism since you've been in Ohio, or you kind of navigate away from
Yes.
that? Or
I actually dealt with it. The most one that I don't think I will ever forget that was back in 2018. I think it was 2018
uh-huh.
or 2016. I don't remember. But I think, yeah, I think my daughter was 5, so it's probably 2018. But it was I had my daughter with me, and we were in a Kroger store, passing, trying to get into the store. And then they had this white lady that sticked her head out of the car, and then started just cussing me out and saying all this kind of, yeah, she said all this kind of words that was,
Hmm.
she was saying F word, go back to your country, like why you here, or you should be more
Wow.
Americanized, because I was dressed in a abaya, the long Islamic dressing. Yeah, and then my daughter,
Yeah.
she was literally asking me, Mom, why is she cussing you? Why is she being like that? And then I had to literally
Yeah.
explain to her, like it was so emotional, just explain to my daughter, just saying the way, I was like, people are different, like they're gonna stereotype you and call you names and all that.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was sad,
Yeah.
because she was like, go back to, like, why you in America, go back to where you came from and all that. So it was bad. Yeah.
Yeah. That had to be hard for no reason. She just did that.
Yeah. It was bad. Yeah. I don't know why she did that, but you could tell, like, literally she had so much anger with her, from because I still recall the way she was cursing and the names she was calling me. So I was like,
Yeah.
she was something else. Yeah. Yep.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm sorry you had to experience that. Do you find that the political world is different in America as compared to Africa again? Or is it
Ye-
just this is politics as usual?
I think it's politics as usual. Yeah. I will say that. Yep. Because the same thing in Africa, like every political party, they want to be the top. So the same thing with America. Yeah. Yep. They have that
Hmm.
politicians
Yeah.
mindset, where everyone is trying to come, make you try to come to their party.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you get involved in politics? Do you vote and all that stuff, or no?
Yes, I am very, when it comes to politics, yes, I do. Because obviously I'm a social worker. I want to advocate for my client, and I want them to
Uh-huh.
have that mindset, who they were voting for. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. So how do you think politics has benefited your population, if any? What do they need to do for you, rather?
It's just providing resources. Like, I would say, like, I don't want to go into deep into the politics, but I will say, for example, let me just tell you, actually, Blanc, because
Yeah.
I'm a Democrat.
Okay. All right.
I'm a Democrat. I'm a fully Democrat. But yeah, I feel like, for example, Republicans, like they have that mindset, like Democrats provide a lot of resources for people.
Mhm.
So I have, like Republicans, they have limited resources. Like you cannot, if it's food stamps, they have to have less food stamps. Like they're not able to have resources and all that. So I will always say, when it comes to resources, yeah, Democrats are good at that.
Okay. Yeah. I don't get involved with politics. I did when I was younger, when I was 17.
Yeah,
I tried to vote once, but I just kind of left it on because I just feel like both sides are kind of. I just, I
yeah. And that's
just,
how my kids
yeah.
are. Like my
I
oldest
just,
one, I try to make him vote, and then he's like,
yeah,
nope, I'm not voting. I'm not voting. You're not pushing me to your party. I'm on
yeah.
my own.
Yes, I'm the same way. I just don't think they really can do anything, or they won't do anything, or it's just politics. The name all says it there. But I won't
Right.
belabor. I was just yeah touching base on that. Okay, well, again, this is What's Up Award, the podcast, and we're today talking to Amina. She's sharing her story with us today, and we're going to move into the second part of the show. One of my favorite things called getting to know your rapid fire questions. Just going to ask you a few questions here, and you just kind of tell me. First thing comes to mind, okay?
Okay.
First thing, uh, uh, tell me, you explained how dating was in your culture when you were younger and over there. You
Mhm.
had to wear all the clothes and you meet somebody dating. How did you and your husband meet? How did you and your
Uh,
husband meet?
oh, I met him through my sister actually. Like
Okay.
we were just going out for dinner, and then he was her friend, and then we just happened to fell in love, and we had that this connection, and he wanted
Wow.
to meet me. We exchanged phone numbers, and that's how we met. Yeah.
That must have been one heck of a dinner. Not bad.
It was, yeah.
So it was like you knew instantly he was the one and he knew you were the one.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it was love at first sight. I would say that. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And did you guys want a big family? You said you had 5 kids. Was that the plan? We want to have a
No,
big family.
actually, it was opposite. I wanted maybe like
Really?
yeah. I don't know how that happened, but I just wanted maybe like two kids. But yeah, I have
Yeah. How is that having 5 kids? What's it like? I mean, wow. That's
it's challenging because I would say like at first when me and my husband were young, both of us, because I got married when I was literally I I was 18 when I got married. So
ooh.
yeah, I was young myself. So it was hard because we didn't had all the resources and all and the money. Um, so it was challenging raising like 5 kids. That's why I even decided to go back to school so that at least I can
Hmm.
provide for them and have a good job. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what does your husband do for a living?
He does transportation for like elderly for like through Medicaid and all that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So he's
Yeah.
out in the field too then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Next question is, what do you not like about the United States of America?
I don't like anything. I think I love it because I will say like I don't have anything because at first it was a beautiful thing for us to even have opportunity to come to US. So I do love America, I
Oh
would
yeah.
say, and it's my home. I would consider it my home because with Africa, yeah, it will always be my home as well. But I feel like in America, I had opportunity to go to school and thrive
Hmm.
and have successful career. So and have my kids. So I love America. I would say there's nothing that I hate about it. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good attitude. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. My next question is Apple iPhone or Android phone,
Oh,
and why?
Apple for sure.
Is there any particular reason why you don't choose Android?
I don't know. Maybe I'm being biased. I know. I don't
Okay.
like it.
No, that's fine. Somebody I know, somebody close to me loves Android. I'm like,
Uh,
why? But anyway, next question is, what's something that you want your kids to keep in mind as they grow older? Something you wanted to inculcate in them.
Empathy, having empathy, especially for people who like I teach them this every time when we were driving, and then they ask me like I always give money to if I see homeless is standing somewhere. They ask me why you giving money like you don't know what they're gonna use it for, and I have that conversation with them. Do not ever judge people for what they are. Like always have that empathy. So yeah, I always teach them to have empathy for individuals who need
I
help.
like that. Yeah, absolutely. I know a lot of times people worry about things. They may worry about where they're going to get the next check from. Will my job be there? A lot of things. Is there anything that you worry about? Things that sometimes keep you woke at night?
I would say the thing that my son, my oldest one, right now. Like before, I didn't had
Mhm.
any issue, but right now, like when he's driving and he's sometimes out with his friends, I'm like, is he gonna have episode? Is he gonna be like okay? So yeah,
Mhm.
it's kind of stressful to have that thought at sometimes at night. But yeah, especially on the weekends, like when he's out with friends. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad they have that medicine for him to help, ease that worry there. Because as
Right.
long as people taking the medicine, I think they're in a better position. So I'm glad
Yeah.
he does have that option. Now, my next question is, this is an interesting one. I like asking people this one. Let's just say something happened and you had to go to jail for 1 year. and they said, we're going to give you an option. You can go to jail for 1 year straight,
Yeah.
or we'll give you a Rubik's Cube. And as soon as you solve that, you can come out. Which one would you do?
Maybe stay
You
for.
know what the Rubik's Cube is? You know what the Rubik's Cube is, right?
Which one is that?
That thing it's that little square thing. You twist it all, got a different colors, and you click it all around and get the
The one I know, the kids sometimes play with it. Sometimes people, I think, with they give it to people with anxiety and all that.
Yeah.
I think I will have that. Yeah.
You could solve that. Now you can't come out until you solve it. So you gotta get all the colors.
I think I will deal with that and try to solve it no matter what.
Oh, okay. All right. We keep that in mind.
Okay.
All right. Last question is, well, two actually. I don't know. What type of music do you listen to?
I listen to a lot of R&Bs. Old school. I listen, especially the old ones. Like I love. I will go back to and I listen to Toni Braxton songs. Okay. I will. Mariah Carey, all that. So yeah, I'm kind of. I still love. I will listen to like Alicia Keys and all that. But yeah, I like R&Bs. Yeah.
Can you sing?
No, but I cannot sing. No, I'm horrible.
Okay. All right. I was gonna ask you. All right. Last question in this round. If you can meet one person living or no longer living at this time, what one person would you love to have a 5-minute conversation with? Anybody.
Anybody. I would say Denzel Washington. I love that guy. That's my guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I like him too. Yeah, he's very, very wise, and from what I can tell, he seems like he's I like people like him. I think if I could have a conversation with somebody, I think I would like to talk to Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah, yes, he's another one too. Yeah, I love him too. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, you see, I would like to pick his mind because I read his background. He had a similar story as yours.
Right. His family is from I think South Africa. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, because like I said, I'm just so amazed at how you guys were able to go through what you went through and still come out and still be so happy. Now it's amazing. You didn't give up. So a lot of people did. So
it's life, right? You're gonna have to move on.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Well, okay. I mean, I really thank you for sharing your story with us here today on What's Up Aboard the podcast. I just want to let you know. Can you tell people where your social footprints are? Can they, if they want to reach out to ask you about some services, whether they're in Ohio or just general questions, can they find you on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere like that?
Yes, I do. And my Instagram is actually at Amina Hirsi. And then they can also find us always. If they go to accessohio.com, we do have the resources and you have the connection. Like if you need help with case management or counseling or psychiatric help, they could find us over there. Yep.
Wonderful. Okay. All right. So we're at the close of the show. Is there anything that you wanted to add that we probably didn't get to touch on, or something you wanted to clear up before I get my final thoughts? Is there anything else you wanted to say?
No,
Any
go
advice
for
you
it.
want to give someone?
You know what? I would say life is hard. You're just gonna have to push it through, and it is what it is. Yes, people have like sometimes advantage, disadvantage, but it's life. So nothing actually. Yep.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. Let me go ahead and read my final thoughts here. My final thoughts is this: peace is a result of retraining your mind to process life as it really is now, rather than what you think it should be. Life is actually art. Again, everybody, remember, everybody has a story to tell. We just want to know what's yours. So we want to thank our guest today, Amina. Thank you so much for stopping by again and sharing your story. And then remember, until next time, everybody, peace.